Hej allihopa! Welcome to another pregnancy update. It's only been a couple of weeks since I filmed one last, so this update is hopefully not going to be as long. I do have some big things to talk about though, because the main reason I am filming this update is because yesterday we went to an ultrasound and we got to know the gender. So just as I did with Theo, I'm just gonna wait a little bit and talk about all the other stuff first, and then I'll reveal the gender at the end of the video. So I thought that I would just start with symptoms, and I'm just gonna say also that I didn't actually watch the last pregnancy update before sitting down to film this one. So if I repeat something, or if I'm getting like the timing's wrong on when I started having a symptom or whatever, it's just that I'm confused and I have pregnancy brain. But I've written down some symptoms that I have noticed for the past couple of weeks, and let's just get into them. The reason I even started writing this little list was because about a week ago I had a leg cramp, and it's like in my lower leg, the calf I think it's called, and it's quite common during pregnancy. I had it with both my other pregnancies, and I had forgotten how painful it is. And I haven't had it since, but it did last, like the pain and discomfort in my calf lasted for 2 to 3 days. So I'm hoping that I don't get them very often, because that was just very uncomfortable to walk in stairs and everything for a few days afterwards. I had it just as I woke up, I think, in the morning, and yeah, so that started. Also vivid dreams. I keep having very vivid dreams, and I keep having them quite often, and often like the same night. So if I start waking up one night with the dreams, I just keep doing that several times that night, which is kind of frustrating because that means that I don't get enough sleep, or don't get as good sleep as I should. But I mean, there's not much you can do about it, I think. It's just, yeah, vivid dreams, just a thing during pregnancy. I've actually started having more headaches. I've been very happy and very lucky that I haven't had many headaches so far in the pregnancy, because I know with the other ones that was a more prominent sign for me, or symptom. But in the past 2 weeks I've had them more. Not in the past couple of days actually. But yeah, before that I've had headaches pretty much every day. I've also written down pelvic pain, which I believe I talked about last time in the last update. It's not like constant or very painful or every day, but every now and then I start definitely feeling like specific spots in my back and my pelvis is just, it's hurting. Specifically from certain positions, like when I was in the gynecologist's chair. After that I had pain the rest of the day, and it really like, it started the second I got out of that chair. So I think that was kind of something that somehow set it off. I don't know how, but yeah, so I'm just worried that it's gonna get worse and worse and worse, but so far it's manageable, which is good since I want to keep working for a while longer. And pelvic pain and working at a preschool just doesn't quite mix very well. Fatigue is still there, but it kind of goes up and down. Some days I'm super tired and I really need a nap once I get home from work, and some days are better. But most of the time on Saturdays I am just completely out of it from the work week. And there was something else. I've also started having heartburn, which is another symptom that I've had with the other kids that I was not looking forward to, and it's definitely here now. I had it like in the middle of the day when I was sitting up, which normally it's not very bad when it's like that for me. Typically it's worst at night or in the evening when I lie down. So we'll see how much worse that gets. But also fetal movements. I've started feeling the baby move. Quickening, I think it's called at the very beginning, but I don't really have those. This time I don't think I really had the like butterflies kind of thing that is at the very start of feeling fetal movements. I have like proper movements. I think I just didn't really feel those tiny ones at the beginning. So yeah, I feel the baby every day. Not very often, not as often as I think I felt the other kids, but definitely every day. So that's good, that's very reassuring. only 2 more left. I know there's lots of symptoms. I don't know, I just wrote everything down that I could think of throughout the week. Stuffy nose is something that I actually have right now, and I've had it like some days and some days not. And I hear it's a typical pregnancy symptom that I don't think I've had with the other kids. But yeah, my nose is very stuffy sometimes, and I have a couple of co-workers who even like notice it and mention it like every time. Like, you really sound like you have a stuffy nose, and I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm pregnant. And let's see, the last one. Oh, Braxton Hicks. I didn't have any Braxton Hicks with Tyrion that I could feel. I think that I had some with Theo, but I can't remember if I actually figured out that they were Braxton Hicks or if I just thought that they might be. This time around, I am pretty sure that they are Braxton Hicks, because it just feels the way they explain it to you, that your stomach gets very hard and stuff. So that's kind of new-ish for me, especially this early in the pregnancy. I don't think I've had it before, but apparently it's fine, and it's common when you've had several kids before, so I'm not worried or anything. It's just like, when I feel it, I'm like, whoa, I think I'm having a Braxton Hicks contraction. And it's kind of exciting in a way, I guess. I don't know why, because it feels like a new symptom to me. And like I said, I probably had it with Theo. I haven't actually gone back and looked at the pregnancy updates, but I feel like I had it sometime with him, but probably at the more like the end of the pregnancy. I don't know. Let's move on. That's symptoms. I also wanted to show my progress on the knitting that I am working on for the baby. I showed this in a regular, just a normal vlog. My knitting is ripping. There we go. But if you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. Oh, that lamp is very bright. There we go. It's a blanket, or it's gonna be a blanket. It's taking a very long time to make, but it's fun and it's exciting. And like I've said before, having a baby in July, I don't feel as motivated this time around to make little sweaters and hats and everything, because it's gonna be hot. So I think a blanket is a good thing to start with. Now, moving on to the 2 appointments that I had yesterday. First off, in the morning, I had a doctor's appointment at the healthcare facility, and basically my midwife booked that appointment for 2 reasons. To talk about the UTI that I had right as I started this pregnancy, and also kind of how we're making sure that I don't get one again, because that's not good for pregnancy, but it's very common in pregnancy, or like more common in pregnancy. And also to kind of stay on top of things when it comes to premature birth or premature labor, because I did have that with my first child, and then Theo, he stayed in, but he was born still early, like 2 weeks earlier than my due date. So I definitely don't go over with my kids. And so yeah, so I went to the doctor, and the funny thing is, I didn't realize this beforehand, but this is the same doctor that I went to when we wanted to have kids the very, very first time, many years ago. I went to a doctor at this healthcare facility to kind of start figuring out why we were having fertility problems. And it was in her room, like with her, that I first saw the PCOS ovaries that I have. And I didn't know really much about PCOS at that time, but it was kind of just interesting to see everything come full circle in a way. But yeah, we talked about the UTI, we talked about the medicine that I'm taking. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but I'm taking a pill every day to kind of keep UTIs at bay, I guess you could say. And she told me something that I didn't know, that the further you get in your pregnancy, the less likely you are to actually feel when you get a UTI. Because when you're not pregnant, or when you're at the very beginning, you usually have that like stinging and other symptoms. But I guess also the peeing very often symptom, I mean, that could be mixed up with just pregnancy. So I guess that could also be a reason why a lot of pregnant women don't know that they have a UTI. But since mine went up into my kidneys, it's very important that we keep track of everything like that. And she also told me that she wants me to leave a urine sample once a month for the rest of the pregnancy, just to make sure that we know that we're doing everything we can, and we know that we're staying on top of things. So that's good. Oh yeah, we also, like I said, talked about the preemie thing, and she wanted me to come back in about 6 weeks when she's gonna check me and see if my body is progressing already or something like that, because that happened with Theo, even though he wasn't actually a preemie at the end. And she also told me that I should let my boss know already, and my co-workers, that after that appointment at the middle of April, she will probably want to put me on sick leave. Not like 100% that I won't go to work at all, but she will probably put me on like 50% sick leave or something like that. So that's good to know, and it's both like nerve-wracking because being on sick leave obviously means you're not making as much money, and for right now I am the breadwinner or whatever in the household. But also it's reassuring in a way because I am already feeling very strained working full-time and being pregnant, and I'm just halfway through. So yeah, it's mixed emotions, but I think it's good, and I'm very grateful that they're taking things seriously, because I want to avoid another preemie as much as I can, because it's hard for both like parents and the kids, and if we can keep this baby in for as long as possible, that's what we want to do. Okay, now for the fun stuff. In the afternoon yesterday we went in for an ultrasound. This is a routine ultrasound that everyone in Sweden is not allowed to go to, that everyone is what's it called? Offered. And it's around like 18, 19, 20 weeks, somewhere around there. So we went in, and the midwife, like showed us the baby. We have some videos, so we'll put that in right here, I guess. And she measured everything that needs to be measured to make sure that everything is good, and she like checked the heart and then all the everything that they check for to make sure that the baby is healthy. And it was very fun and very emotional, as it always is, to see the baby. And Michael was with me, which he hasn't been for the other ultrasounds, so that was special too. And then she asked us if we wanted to know the gender, and we said yeah, we would like to know the gender. We have 2 boys at home, so we're excited to see what this little one is gonna be. And I also said that my oldest has kind of asked for a baby girl, and I had told him that you can't really like decide, you just get what you get. And so she was checking, and I can say that I have definitely like set my mind to it being a boy. And I did the same with Theo, because this is sensitive to a lot of people, but I really do want a girl. I have always wanted a girl, even since like before I even had kids. And obviously I was super happy to have my boys. I am super happy to have my boys, but I've always like dreamed of having a girl, which I think is pretty common, especially for women. So to make sure that I don't get super disappointed because I'm like setting my mind to a girl and thinking that it's a girl, or hoping, I've just like set my mind to it's probably a boy, and we have boy names that we're looking at, and 3 boys is gonna be awesome and everything. And so she measured, and she like paused the picture, and she said, well, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. And she like showed something on the screen, like lines, and I was like, well, it's probably a boy then. And she said, now I don't know what it's called in Swedish or in English, but she said that this is the pelvic bone, I guess, or something like that. And I can't see a penis, so I definitely think that this is a girl. And I don't know, I know I grabbed Michael's hand or Michael's arm or something, he was sitting next to me, and I think I teared up a bit. And I didn't really understand. I understood it, but I didn't really believe it. I was like, because she also said that obviously it's never 100%. She can't say for sure that it's a girl, but she checked several times and she could not find anything that's the sign of a boy. But I still was like, well, we can hope, but you know, it's not for certain. And then just as the hours have gone by since yesterday, I've just started realizing that this is a girl. Unless something is very, very weird and the midwife really missed something, there's actually a little girl in my tummy, which, I don't know, I don't think I still don't really understand it, I think, because, yeah, like I said, my mind was just so set to it being a boy, that it's just like, what? No, I can't have girls, I obviously have boys, you know? It's a weird feeling and weird thoughts and everything, but I'm super happy and we're all happy. And obviously I think it's pretty common when you have kids of one gender and then you get the other gender, people around you are super excited, because everyone that I've told so far, like coworkers and my dad and everyone, is like, oh wow, it's such a big thing compared to, I think, if I had told them that, yeah, we're having another boy, which is kind of sad in a way, because it obviously doesn't really matter, it's a person, but at the same time it's exciting to tell people and have people be really like happy and excited for us. So mixed feelings there too, but I've been rambling for 19 minutes now, so I am gonna stop. I'm just gonna show the belly and then I'll say goodbye. So unfortunately I can't do much better when it comes to like angle and lighting. This is the best I'm gonna do for now. But yeah, here's the belly from the side. Definitely starting to show, and from the front, yeah, I'm wider than normal. And from the other side, so yeah, this is our little girl, and that's gonna be, whoa, I look scary. I'm gonna move this light a bit. There we go. That's gonna be it for this pregnancy update. Oh, I forgot to say, they dated me as well at the ultrasound, and I was moved 2 days. So today is week 19, day 6, and my due date is on July 17th instead of 15th, which is what I got last time. So yeah, not a big change. Anyway, please like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more of our bi-weekly family vlogs. And we will see you this weekend, and thank you for watching today. Hej då!